Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. It is Monday. It's Monday, September 15, 2025. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. Good morning to you. If you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9 on your FM dial, we appreciate your company there. If you're listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. The channel is nationwide 90 FM Live 2, and if you're on YouTube, you can see that I am fully blending in with the theme this morning here in my bright, I can't even call it yellow, it's gold top, fully blending in with the decoration inside the studios, right on theme to support our athletes who are at the World Championship. Good morning to Rick NYC JM, who I am seeing first in the YouTube chat this morning. Merlene Russell, good morning to you. Monica Callum, top of the morning to you as well. No, not Monica Callum. Monica Stone. Rohan Stadhard, good morning to you. Monique Hunter, good morning to you as well. Rider 40, David Nebard, all the others over there in the YouTube chat. Top of the morning to you. If you're listening from our mobile app, available for free on the Google Play and the Apple App Store. Morning to you. Those on our website, revonews.ai, revonews.ai. Good morning to all of you. It's a Monday morning here inside the Consumer Hour, and you know what that means. It's time for Immigration Mondays. And inside Immigration Mondays this morning, and as always, we're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee and Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning, Miss Nora. Good morning, Miss Lee. Good morning to our very loyal listeners and viewers. And of course, congratulations to our athletes.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Nadine. Good morning, Nora. Good morning to our wonderful and loyal listeners and viewers. Happy Monday. And yes, go Team Jamaica.
All right. And if you are new to the program, inside Immigration Mondays, we usually get an update from Nadine and Opal, re-immigration matters from the United States or from the perspective of Canada. And then after that, we will open the phone lines for you. So if you have any concerns immigration related for the United States or Canada, then you can give us a call, or you can leave your comments in the YouTube chat, and we'll see how best we can get to those comments as well. So I'm going to hand over to you, Opal, and then Nadine.
All right, Nora. So only a quick update. It's not a reminder. It's actually an update. And both. It will be both a reminder and an update that, with recent events in the media, I just want to remind our immigrants, be very careful. I know people are saying they have freedom of speech, but please be very careful, because the administration has made it clear that they're going to be monitoring. I've said this before, and so even with what, I won't go into detail, but everybody know what's been happening over the past week. And so be careful. You might have your own views, and you might say you have freedom of speech, but just please be mindful of what you say. Keep your thoughts maybe in your head and don't put it out there, especially if you're not a United States citizen. And also we see in the news of people losing their jobs when their thoughts are being reported to their employers as well. But more importantly, since it's an immigration program, I want to make sure that if you're a green card holder, as a matter of fact, a visitor, green card holder, if you're not a U.S. citizen especially, please be very mindful of what you put on social media.
Thank you, Opal. Yes, indeed. Word to the wise. Nadine?
Okay, Nora. So for Canada, Nora, what I'd actually like to talk about this morning, it's not something we talk about very often or go into details, but it has to do with the issue of persons who may have had a criminal record, whether it is in Jamaica, Canada, the US, or any other country. Now, of course, Nora, for someone who has a criminal record, it means they're inadmissible to Canada. So normally, what has to be done, they need to apply for what is called criminal rehabilitation.
All right.
The steps involved to apply for criminal rehabilitation, or what I normally recommend to clients, Nora, is you need to get a police record of the country where you have that record. So again, if it is in Jamaica, you'd get your Jamaican police record. If it is in Canada, it's called an RCMP record. For the US, it's your FBI report. Another thing that is also very helpful is a copy of the court documents, because again, this would also detail the charges. Once you have your police record, then you can do your application for your rehabilitation. And what Immigration Canada wants to see is, okay, what led you to commit the offense in the first place? So you need to provide a detailed explanation of that information or that event. Then now you need to show what has changed since you committed that offense up until now, why we should consider you rehabilitated. So have you been working? Are you self-employed? Have you been contributing to your community? Do you now have a family? Are you well established? Have you committed any crimes since that first offense? So these are all things that Immigration Canada is going to be looking at. And yes, the application form may just be a couple pages, but bear in mind that for any application at all that you're doing, it's not just the application form you're completing, but it's all the supporting documents that you're providing to show that, yes, I have been rehabilitated. Here's my job letter. Here are recommendation letters from reputable persons in my community. Here are my ties to my home country, which shows that, you know, if you're applying for a temporary visa, that yes, I will return to my home country. So again, not because you've committed a crime and you have a record doesn't mean that you cannot apply to go to Canada. Thanks, Nora.
Okay. Just on that point, Nadine, is there anything or any crime that Canada deems just too severe for someone to be given a pardon? Excuse me.
I need to double check. I think there's some abuse cases or crimes, Nora, but I need to double check on that.
Okay. All right. But it's not...
Thanks for asking. That's a great question.
But it's not the end if you have a criminal record.
No, we would need to look into it for you to see if you would qualify for rehab. For first year, if the crime was committed in Canada, you would need to apply for your record suspension before you can do your application for rehabilitation.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ladies. And on that note, we are gonna make way for you to call in with your questions, your concerns, or you can leave them in the YouTube chat. Let me remind you of the phone numbers: 876-630-9371. There is also 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and our digital line, it is 618-8255. Those are the numbers to call. And of course, if you're unable to call, you can leave your question, query, concern in the YouTube chat. We are live on YouTube. It's nationwide, 90 FM live 2. All right, we are almost up on the break, so I'm going to allow you ladies to give your contact information for those who may just want to go straight to the consultation instead of, coming on air. Nadine, you can give your contact information, and then Opal.
Thanks, Nora. For Nadine Mehabir, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. In Canada, it is 1-416-249-5885. That's 1-416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdn intl.com. Thanks, Nora, and over to you, Miss Lee.
Nadine, for Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. You may also find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at FlowJam Legal. That's FLOJAMLEGAL. Over to you, Nora.
All right, thank you, ladies, and we're going to take a break now. When we come back, we will take your calls on the phone lines, and if you have any questions in the YouTube chat, we'll go to those as well.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:15.
This is the World Championships Athletes Profile.
Step forward now. Tina Clayton it is. Tina Clayton has been ripping it up.
Tina Clayton heads to her first World Senior Championships as the national champion of Jamaica.
Bang out quickly. Fraser Price is out well. So to Tina Clayton. Tina Clayton comes forward. So to the Sharika Jackson. Tia pulls up. Tina's still there. Tina Clayton. Sharika Jackson and Shelly and Fraser Price. Tina Clayton gets the win this evening.
An injury ravaged 2024 forced her to sit on the sidelines and watched as her twin sister Tia captured the headlines at her first global event, the Olympic Games in Paris. Tina is without question at the forefront of a group set to take Jamaica's female sprinting into the future.
Well, every athlete who wears that yellow vest in the sprints for Jamaica carries a certain responsibility, and at the moment Tina Clayton's carrying it very well, that she's a metre clear of the rest.
There can be no better place to start than at the World Championships. In addition to beating the likes of Shelly and Fraser Price and Sharika Jackson at the Nationals, Tina finished a creditable second at a meet in Hungary against the world-class field. Tina has got the two premier female sprinters in the world today in her sights, Melissa Jefferson Wooden and the Olympic champion Julian Alfred.
To stay healthy, that's the main focus for me. I feel really great, and I think everything that have happened this year is based on the setbacks that I had over the years, and sometimes, you know, when things ain't going right, you want to give up, but there's always a little voice to not give up.
The 20-year-old bows into action on the first day of competition in Japan.
Clayton there in lane 5. God bless, got away well, but now Clayton's well into a running. Jackson's got something to do, but it's going to be Clayton who's running away from the field, and she's won this in emphatic fashion.
You can follow her progress on Nationwide 90 FM.
That was the World Championships Athletes Profile.
Attention all data protection enthusiasts. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM every Tuesday at 8:20 a.m. and Thursday at 8:25 a.m. for a new program, Data Protection Matters. Starting June 4, 2024, join us as we delve into crucial topics that will keep you informed and compliant. Data Protection Matters is hosted by Chuck Cameron, founder of Design Privacy, your trusted partner in data protection. Don't miss out. That's every Tuesday morning at 8:20 and every Thursday at 8:25 a.m. Stay protected, stay informed with Nationwide 90 FM and Design Privacy.
Good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. It's Immigration Mondays. We're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee and Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir. And we are taking your calls now, so the phone lines are open. The numbers to call 876-630-9371, and that goes all the way up to 4, and 618-8255. And of course, if you are unable to call, then you can leave your question in our YouTube chat. We're live on YouTube at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. And the first question is going to come from YouTube this morning. Someone says, I filed for my brother back in 2013. How much longer does he have to wait? I'm assuming it is for the U.S.
All right, so that's the F4 category, which is the slowest category. And so we're talking about right now, they're only at January 1st, 2008. So depending on when in 2013, you're looking at what, about maybe 5 years or so to go.
Yeah. Whew, man, every time I hear about that category and the wait time, I'm like, is it worth it? But I'm sure it's worked out for many people in the past, and it continues to work out for many others. Here's another one from YouTube. It says, re-immigrant visa. I have gotten my immigrant visa. I have 5 months to leave the country. Can I leave Jamaica, spend 3 weeks, apply for a green card, and return?
Right, so he's not applied for the green card. You've already applied for the green card when you got that immigrant visa. But if you're talking about paying that money for them to mail the green card to you, yes, you can either pay it before you leave or you can pay it when you land. I normally tell my clients to pay it before they even leave Jamaica, but it's up to you. And yes, once you land and your immigrant visa has been endorsed, that is proof that you are now considered a permanent resident once you land in the United States. So you can go back to Jamaica within that 3 weeks, correct?
A situation here for you, Opal. Child who was filed for by a parent in the United States got through in the summer. However, the child was in 5th form, and so, that was final exams. But they also, the parent wants the child to do 6th form in Jamaica, 1 year. Would you advise that move, because doing school in Jamaica would mean that you would be here for basically another entire year?
Right, but you know what? It's not that difficult. If it's just 1 more year left, I don't even think that person needs to file for the advanced parole to stay out of the country for the 2 years. Because remember, as a permanent resident, you just can't let 6 months catch you straight outside the United States at any given time.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the time for them to actually take back the green card is after a 1 year period of absence. But I don't advocate for that. I prefer them look, towards the 6 month mark. With that being said, there's so many holidays.
Right.
Nora,
Christmas is coming
before
up.
that 1 year. Right? Christmas is going to come up. So they're not going to spend 6 months straight in Jamaica. So we're going to have Christmas holiday, then you have the Easter holiday, then, every little break you get. So you just don't let 6 months catch that person in Jamaica.
Okay, all right. So an application for anything is not necessary at the moment, as long as you're traveling on those holidays, getting back and not staying for 6 months straight. All right.
Because it's just like a short time, it's a 1 year thing.
Yeah.
If they were going to be doing this for a long time, I would definitely say do that, file the I-131 to be able to stay outside the United States for that 2 year period.
If it was for university, then maybe.
Yeah, maybe, exactly.
Okay. All right. We have a caller on the line. Valerie, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead. Good morning.
Yes, I'd like to speak to Opal Lee.
Yes, she's listening. You can go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling on behalf of someone. I just have a question for you. The student, he was attending university in the United States, and he was on a grant. But unfortunately, he did not finish within the grant, so he went over and he accumulated.
I'm not sure if you can hear. I'm maybe going to ask you to repeat the question for me, because I cannot hear.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little, so I'm just going to ask you to go again. Let's see if we can get a better connection. All right.
Yes. Yes, a question for you.
Yes.
A student who is attending university overseas, he was on a grant, but unfortunately, the grant up and he didn't finish all his course, so he went over when the grant finished and he accumulated a school fee. And it's owing. They're trying to pay it off, but it's owing, so he's not attending school at the moment, right? So he was thinking of the option is to come out and then go back over and finish. What do you think about that? Is it also the trouble? Because he also have a visa, visitor visa. He also have that tourist visa, and 4 years is left on a student visa. So he was thinking of coming out for a while until the school fee is clear up to go back and finish up. What do you think about that? You will have problems.
Because the thing is that I think that he needs to do a consultation, but I'll just tell you generally, you don't want to violate the terms of your student visa at all.
Yes.
So you don't want any unlawful presence at all on that student visa.
Right.
So if it is that he's not able to go to school now because of whatever situation is going on, then I think you guys need to do a consult so we can advise him. And then yes, maybe he might need to leave and go back, but we need to see exactly what is going on first.
Okay, so I'll make an appointment to see you then.
Yes.
All right, will do. Thanks for your help.
All right,
You're welcome.
Miss Valerie, thanks for calling. Kadian is next on the line. Good morning, Kadian.
Hi, good morning. My son, Dad, he is legal resident in the state.
Did you say your son's dad?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a legal resident. His wife is a citizen, and she decided that she is going to do filing for him. However, he went up in the summer, and then on his non-immigrant visa, but they're being told now that they can't do filing while he's there until after 90 days. He's in Florida.
All right, so here's the thing, and this is something that you should have just done a consult, but I'll just tell you what's happening. There's really no hard and fast rule about the 90 days, but you're not supposed to enter the United States with immigrant intent. This is something that I've spoken about a lot of times right here on Nationwide. When you enter with that visiting visa, you're supposed to be entering with the intent of visiting and going back. If you just come off the plane and then you have that mother go ahead or the stepmom go ahead and file for him, it's going to look like that was the intention all along. And the fact that you are even talking about it now, that's why I'm saying that this is something maybe we should have talked about in private, because of the fact that you're even talking about it, this kind of looks like, might want people to, if anybody's listening, seeing that there was some intent, but now you're just going to wait out, you guys are just going to wait out, make a month, 2 months, 3 months, so it doesn't look so suspicious, and then you put it in. You see what I mean? But I said before, there are people though, I'll tell you this, there are people who enter the United States, they never had any intention of staying, but then circumstances change once they're there, and then they go ahead and adjust, and they don't have any issues at all with USCIS. But if USCIS, if you do the interview and it looked like it was a pre-planned thing, like when you guys were buying his ticket, you said, listen, when I come up, I'm just going to let your stepmother file for you. So it's like it was a pre-planned thing. So maybe that's why the attorney will be telling them that, listen, it's going to look too suspicious, you just put this in right now.
No, that's not what. Alright, so what's happening is that he finished high school.
Don't tell me, please don't tell me, because I'm not listening. That's what I'm saying. Just do a consult.
Okay then. So the 90 days is actually a thing because they did a consult after he
As I'm telling you, I just said a while ago, there's not really a rule about the 90 days. It's just some people, put it this way, if you just came off the plane and you go put in a green card application, next week or within 3 weeks, it's going to look like this was a pre-planned thing. So if you wait 3 months, it looked like, okay, maybe you didn't plan it and situation changed.
Okay, which is actually what happened. Situation changed.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
All people don't really have to wait 90 days. I've done it for applicants and haven't had no problem with it within a month. And the situation really and truly changed once they landed there. Maybe somebody got sick, somebody got pregnant, somebody situation changed, whatever the situation is. And so they never had immigrant intent when they landed in the first place. And so we didn't have to wait no 90 days.
Okay then. All right. Thank you so much. The information to contact you privately is on the page.
It's on our website, but if you continue to listen, I'm pretty sure we're going to be giving out those numbers and stuff, information again.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You're welcome.
All right, Katie, and just keep listening because I'm going to allow you ladies to give your contact information again just before we go to the break. Opal, you can go ahead, and then Nadine.
Thank you, Nora. So for Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. You may find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, even our website. It's at Flowjam Legal. That's FLOJAMLEGAL. Over to you, Nadine.
Thanks, Opal. For Nadine Mehabir, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 1-876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. I'm sorry. In Canada, it is 416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdnintl.com. Thanks, Nora.
All right, thank you, ladies. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we will continue taking your calls and your questions from the YouTube chat.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:30.
Chakama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61114. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Do it for your best life, do it. Go check your HIV status, do it. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself it, do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan, do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Do it, don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life. Do it.
Ever wondered how to spot a scam before it drains your account? Or how Jamaica's top financial crime fighters track down the money? Join the Financial Investigations Division on Nationwide This Morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. for FID in Action, an informative, engaging feature designed to keep you and your money safe. Learn practical tips to help you spot, prevent, and report financial crimes. Understand how the FID protects the financial system. That's FID in Action, protecting you, preventing financial crime, on Nationwide This Morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. Brought to you by the Financial Investigations Division.
Good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. It's Immigration Mondays, and we're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee and Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir. And we are taking your calls. If you have any immigration-related questions for the United States or Canada, then you can give us a call. The numbers to call 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4 and 618-8255. Question for you, Nadine. If you get into the United States, not the United States, into Canada on a student visa, you go there to pursue a degree. Probably this is let's say it's your second degree. You already have a degree in another field and you are pursuing a second degree. While in Canada, you see an opportunity for work that you are already qualified for. Can you stop school and just transition into work? If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, Nora, I understand. The person is asking if they would like to change if they can change their status from a full-time student to a full-time worker. I'm assuming that's the question.
Yes.
So in order for them to change their status to a full-time worker, that employer would need to do what is called a labor market application for them to show that they had difficulty finding Canadian workers. I'm sorry. And that is why they're offering the job to a foreign worker. So if the employer does the LMIA, it is approved, then they can change their status to a full-time worker.
Right.
They're not supposed to be working full-time for that employer on a student work permit if they are not studying, Nora. So if the person is studying and they are working for the employer part-time or full-time during their holiday breaks, that is fine. But you cannot stop going to school and then just work on the work permit that you have as a student for that employer.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Nadine. Here's another question from YouTube. This one says, good morning. When I submit my I-131, do I need to also submit I-8642 as in TO? As well.
I'm trying to see if this person is in the U.S. or outside the U.S. because if you're in the United States and you're doing an adjustment, you submit everything at the same time. And so that doesn't even make any sense. We're talking about the I-130 is a travel permit. So that's telling me that the person is inside the United States. So it's not the I-131, it's the I-130, which is the immigrant petition. The I-130 is a travel permit. The I-864 is an affidavit of support. So I'm not really sure what the I-131 has to do with the affidavit of support, but when we do it in the United States to adjust, we submit all the documents at the same time.
Okay. All right. Here is another question for you, Opal. It says, I'm registered to do the CPA exam, which is only held in the U.S. I've never traveled outside of Jamaica and was refused a U.S. visa. Does it make sense to reapply in 3 months? Any suggestions?
No, I would wait the 6 months, at least 6 months, unless you can show that your circumstances have changed.
All right. Here is one for you, Nadine. It says, my Canadian visitor's visa expires February 2026. My work permit also expires in February 2026. However, I have a new 3-year LMIA. Which one should I do first?
Okay, so they have a work permit, Nora, which expires in 2026, and the new LMIA?
That's what it says, yes.
So I'm assuming that they're presently in Canada, if that's the case. So if they're in Canada with a work permit and they have a new LMIA, they would need to apply for an extension of their work permit Once they have the new work permit, then they can apply, for a new visitor's visa from inside Canada. If they are outside of Canada, then of course they would need to apply for their work permit. Normally when you get a work permit outside of Canada, most cases it's a multiple entry, so that would allow you to leave and re-enter, Nora.
All right.
Okay, sorry about the issues with my video.
That's all right. We understand. Technology. That's how it is. That's just a follow-up from the person who was asking about the CPA exam that they have to do. The person was saying, I work with an audit firm that requires that I do the exam. Well, I guess they will understand if you don't have what you need to go and do the exam.
Or I would say, let's do a consultation. I mean, I know I hate to say this, but I would need more information. Because, I mean, if we do the consult, I would have an idea of why maybe it was denied. Then I could see if it makes sense to go ahead and even reapply right now.
All right. Carol on YouTube says, good morning, Nora and Miss Lee. What is the general time span to be scheduled for an immigrant visa interview? I received an email from the NVC on June 30th indicating that was the next step. I guess the person is wondering when will they know when the interview is.
It could be even a year.
Really?
It could actually be even a year. I know back in the days, I could safely say 60 days. It has gotten better. It has gotten really better. Remember before, Nora, people were waiting 3, even after they have become documentarily qualified, 2 years, 3 years, they still hadn't gotten an interview. So it's not that bad right now. We have seen a lot of improvement, but technically it could even be a year before you actually get that interview date.
Wow, a year. Well, as you say, it's not as bad as it was before. So just hold tight, I guess, and keep checking your email so that you don't miss when that information comes to you. All right, let me go.
Nora, real quickly.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm seeing the question from the YouTuber. So she said her work permit expires in February 2026. So that tells me that, yes, she's definitely in Canada.
Right.
So she would need to apply for an extension of her work permit or a change of her work permit. And then once she has the new work permit in Canada, because Nora, when you apply for an extension of your stay, the new document you receive allows you to remain in Canada, but it doesn't allow you to leave and re-enter. So that is why she would need, or he would need to apply for a new visitor's visa after they receive their new work permit.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the additional explanation, Nadine. We have a call. We have a caller on the line. Judy, good morning.
Good morning, Nora.
Good morning.
All right. It's a follow question, re-immigration. I have my visa. I'm due to leave Jamaica at the end of January. However, because of work-related issues not yet sorted out, I want to go apply for the green card and come back within 3 weeks, which you said I could go already. But what I want to know, if after I come back, do I still have to go by the end of January, or I could get extension time within the year that is stamped in the passport?
So, good morning. So they're giving you until January next year?
Yes.
All right. So once you have landed in the United States, you are now a permanent resident, okay? And I don't really like you using the word visiting. And I think I was looking at your, I saw a comment also on the YouTube. You're not supposed to be visiting the U.S. now. You live, that's now your home sweet home. So you're residing in the United States and you're coming back to Jamaica to visit. Yes, I know Jamaica may be your birthplace, but technically that's why it's called a legal permanent resident. I mean, you're residing there permanently. With that being said, I would definitely encourage you to leave as soon as possible. Do you know that we could be talking right now and that immigrant visa could be canceled? And then your people have to maybe appeal it or try to file a new application for you. So it's best to leave, because once you leave, that is it. You're now a permanent resident. The minute you're there talking to me right now, you're not a permanent resident, and the U.S. Embassy could cancel that right this minute if they wanted to.
Okay. All right.
All right. So
and you're saying, okay, you say I should leave. Well, I'm going to be leaving soon, even before that time. But the answer is, if I could come back after.
Right, you don't have to leave back until January, but again, the reason being, I really and truly, and it goes a lot. I mean, it's more than what I could answer right now, but we're talking about even moving up to your citizenship. You need to have as much time in the U.S. as possible. But I'll just tell you, and if you go to our Instagram page, because I had a video that I explained this, where as a permanent resident, how much time you can spend outside the United States versus inside. So even though the mark is a 6 month, what happens is that they're going to watch to see if you're spending 3 months in Jamaica, then go back to the U.S. for only 2 weeks, and then go back to Jamaica for 4 months, maybe even though you didn't spend the 6 months, it looks very suspicious, because then it looks like you're really living in Jamaica and visiting the U.S. So people also get threatened and sent to secondary when they enter the U.S., and the Customs and Border Patrol send them to secondary to question them. So it's a mouthful, but if you want, we can do a consult and we could talk a little bit more, where I'll give you my full 100 on everything.
Thank you.
all right. On that note, can I allow you ladies to give your contact information once again? Opal and then Nadine.
Thank you, Nora. So for Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. Our website is www.flowjamlegal.com. Can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, also at FlowJamLegal. Over to you, Nadine.
Thanks, Opal. For Nadine Mahabir, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. In Canada, it is 1-416-249-5885. That's 1-416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdnintl.com. Thanks, Miss Nora.
Thank you, ladies. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we continue with Immigration Mondays.
Your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:46.
Home is more than a roof over your head. It's safety, dignity, and pride. This is why the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development continues to build and furnish concrete houses for our most vulnerable through the Indigent Housing Program. Since the program's inception, we have built more than 100 houses, and another 45 will be constructed this financial year. We're building sturdy homes for Jamaicans who need it the most. Built strong, built to last. Local government is working for you.
Now, PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
Or do your thing with your queen or your king.
Or I get a little frisky that make you flex risky.
PrEP, are you extra bucketed?
To help you stay HIV negative.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV. PrEP tablets available at your clinic from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Good morning. morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. It's Immigration Mondays. We're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee and Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir, and we are taking your calls. The numbers to call 876-630-9371. That goes up to 4 and 618-8255. Those are our numbers, and if you're unable to call, you can leave your questions in the YouTube chat, and we will definitely try to ask those for you. All right, here is one from YouTube. This one says, is it true that a Canadian permanent resident has to pay $200 to go across the U.S. border?
That's for you, Opal. I don't know about that one.
and it
The
says,
person saying, is it true?
yes, and it says, it seems as if they're saying that they have a U.S. visa.
All right. So, is it true that a Canadian permanent resident has to pay $200 to go across? Where are the people getting these things from? That is not true. And no, okay.
Yeah.
Simple answer, no, that's not true.
No, it's not true. All right, here's another one from YouTube. This one is for you, Nadine. It says, I got a 1-year Canadian visa, never got the chance to travel. It expired days ago. How soon can I reapply, and would it be a problem when I reapply?
Hi, good morning. You can apply anytime. Again, it's a new application, so you need to show all your ties to your home country, and maybe you can include a cover letter to state why it is that you were not able to use the visa that you received. So, again, you can apply anytime, but just ensure that you show your ties to Jamaica and if anything has changed since your last application.
All right, here is another one. It says, oftentimes we come across people and ads claiming that jobs are available in Canada. How can we be assured that these ads are credible?
That's a great question. Now, again, if you are being offered a job, I believe for Jamaica, if it's an agency, they need to be registered with the Ministry of Labor, I believe. Nora, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
And if you're working with an immigration consultant, they're supposed to be registered with the College of Immigration Consultants in Canada. If they're a lawyer, of course, they're supposed to be registered or licensed with the regulatory body for their province. So it's a matter of doing your due diligence. Just go on Google, look up the names to see what are the reviews for this person. And if you're not sure, then make sure you go with somebody who has been recommended to you.
All right. Here is another one. This person is asking, this one, I'm assuming it's, well, yes, it says Opal. If the date given to leave the island is November 2, and I plan to leave on October 18, is that okay?
It is okay. I mean, you're leaving before, but as I really state that if I got an immigrant visa, and I know a lot of our followers here on YouTube will agree, if I get an immigrant visa, Nora, I am leaving the very next day. I am leaving. I'm out of here. I will become a permanent resident. Sayonara, bye-bye. Then, of course, I'll come back and visit Jamaica. But I will get out first, because I said before that I've seen this happen, and a matter of fact, this is very important. If you're in Jamaica right now as we speak, and the person who filed for you should die right now, that immigrant petition, you can't migrate again. You can't. You would have to fix it and maybe get somebody else to step in, but you can't. The person has died that filed for you.
Oh. Jamaicans, and we've heard it from many of the callers here, they have some business to finish up, or some things to deal with before they go, and to always have some stuff to sort out. But you can come back, right?
Correct. They better wrap that person in a bubble. Like if somebody filed for you and you stay there and you have not moved and that person should die, you better wrap them, make sure they don't get in a car accident and nothing. Nobody better sneeze on them or anything. Because if that should happen, you might be speaking with an attorney to try and try to fix this to see if you could still migrate by some means.
Yeah. We have a caller on the line. Final caller for the morning. Antoinette, good morning.
Good morning. I would want to find out something. My son is in the U.S. He's a legal immigrant. He has a green card holder. But while he was being filed for by his father, he got the green card and then they would have sent it back because he put in the application for citizenship. And
hello, Antoinette?
yes.
Yes.
And then they had stopped the process of the citizenship. I think he's there now over 2 years. Is it possible that he can apply back for the citizenship?
Nora, did you hear the first part? Because I'm trying to turn up my thing. I'm thinking it's on my end, but she's very, very low. But what did she say about the green card? Somebody applied and what happened?
Her son. Go ahead, Antoinette. Just go ahead with the first part again.
Yes, he is a green card holder.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got the green card, the application was put in for his citizen because I think he was about 17 plus at the time. Okay. And they did not finish the process. I think that stopped the citizenship. Now that he's there over 2 years, I'm asking if he can now apply for the citizenship.
Okay. All right. So real quick, if it's based on he's there with his father or something, and his father is a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay, so as long as he was under 18 at the time that he migrated and he was living with that parent, then he should be automatically a U.S. citizen, so he need to file the N-600. I don't know what happened, why they stopped it before or why it was denied. Maybe they need more information or more evidence that he was in fact residing with his dad, because a lot of people, they migrate and then they start living with aunties, uncles, or somebody else other than the parent. So they need proof that he has been living with the father in the father's custody. And so even if he's 24, 25, 26, he still need to file that N-600 right now. So my answer is go ahead and file it. If you guys need assistance, I'll be more than happy to help you with this.
All right, thank you.
All right,
you're very welcome.
Keep listening. You'll hear Opal's contact information soon. Final question from YouTube, and it goes to you, Nadine. It says, if you got a Canadian resident card and you did not live in Canada due to family issues for those 5 years, can you renew the card or have you lost your resident status?
No, I'm going to recommend that person does a consultation, because we'll need to look at the reasons why they were outside of Canada and if they can apply for humanitarian and compassionate considerations.
All right, no problem. And on that note, gonna allow you to give your contact information. Nadine, you go ahead, and then Opal.
Thanks, Nora. For Nadine Mehabir, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. In Canada, it is 1-416-249-5885. That's 1-416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdnintl.com. Have a great week, everyone, and over to you, Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Nadine. For Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. May also visit our website at www.flowjamlegal.com or catch us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, also at Flowjam Legal. That's FLOJAM legal. Have a great and productive week, everyone.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Do enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. See you next week. That's all the time we have for the Consumer Hour and Immigration Mondays this morning. We're going to make way now for Cliff Hughes Online with George Davis.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.